Have you ever been in a place where life is hard, where life throws you some curveballs, where life happens, where life slaps you across the face and maybe knocks you down? Well, that's been my life the past 5, 6 months, and I can't wait to share what God has been doing through all of that. So go ahead and grab a drink, sit down, get comfy, because we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so I am drinking Liquid IV. It's the strawberry flavor, and it's so good. I am drinking out of my Tervis cup. It's the cherry blossoms. I really like these cups, especially in the summertime, because they do not sweat. I'll link it below if you guys are interested or have never heard about them. Absolutely love these cups. I'm gonna take a sip. Let's get started. Okay, so before we really dive deep into all the things that have happened, I just want to be very clear about this, that what I am sharing today is not meant to discourage you. It is to encourage you and to motivate you to get in the Word, to talk to God on a regular basis and build a strong foundation in His Word, and to surround yourself with a community that is so important. Life is nuts. It doesn't take very long for us to figure out that the world is completely falling apart. It seems like there's one major crisis after another, and the news is just so negative all the time. And in this place and time, my goal here is not to just talk about the things that I've gone through, just to vent or to just share them just because. It's to share the good news of Jesus. God has really shown up for me. He is always here, and I just wanted to share what He has done, because He has been so good, even in the midst of the hard circumstances in life. And I'm so glad that I have a relationship with Jesus, and that the Lord is my God and my King, because I'm rooted in Him, and I'm not just being thrown about in this chaos of this broken world, because I have a relationship with Him. So I'm going to share some crazy life events that have happened, and just how God has provided and worked in me to change me, and all of that. So this past year, I led a small group, and that was really awesome. That was a huge blessing, and also a huge sacrifice to do. Love each and every one of my ladies so much. It is an honor and a blessing to pray fervently for others, and it's grown me in many ways. It was also very much a sacrifice, in the sense of we had to rush from place to place in order to get to small group on time, and like not eating meals at some point, and just the time commitment and whatnot. But overall, really, really, really was what God wanted us to do and needed us to do for this past season. So while I was leading small group, life happened. And one of my ladies who I absolutely adored, she struggled with a autoimmune disorder, and unfortunately she passed away, and that really, really shocked me. And it affected me in ways that I didn't expect. She had become a close friend. She was like a second mom to me. And for those of you who don't know, I lost my mom to cancer 6 years ago. And so it was like reliving the grief in a new and different way, and even processing grief from my mom's death that I thought I had gone through, but I hadn't. And one of my spiritual gifts is I have prophetic dreams, and it was just so beautiful. I had a dream the night before she passed away where she was just so pure. She was so healthy and happy. It just seemed like every ounce of, I don't even know, like life of, not necessarily the life, but just the weight of sin in this world was gone. And I just remember waking up and thinking, today's the day. She's going to be healed. And I was excited, y'all. Like, you know, when God has something in store and you can just feel it, like, you know, something big's about to happen. And so, I took Madeline and I picked up the boys that I nanny for. And the two older boys, they go to school. So it's about a 30-minute trek down to their school. And we were listening to the radio, and In Jesus' Name came on. And I think this was one of the first times that I had heard it. In Jesus' Name by Katie Nicole. Absolutely wonderful song. And I was like praying this over my friend's life. Like it was our anthem song. And I just had this feeling of like, okay, like today she is going to be healed. Like I knew it. I was proclaiming it over her life, and everything was going to be okay. And in the afternoon, a few hours later, I was texting with her, and she was really, really struggling. And that kind of took me back a little bit, because I was like, no, like God's healing you today. Like everything's going to be all right. And like I didn't say that to her, but I was mentally like thinking that like God's got you, girl. Like it's totally fine. Like you are right where God needs you to be. And I thought he was going to heal her in this world. And he healed her in a way that I hadn't expected. And it shocked me to the core, because just a few hours after we had texted each other, I found out that she had died. And God is so good, y'all. He is wonderful. He is amazing. And he works in ways that are miraculous, that are not expected. He does not fit into our plans. He works in his own timing and in his own will. And I really struggled with her passing away because I really thought that she was going to be healed on this side. And I'm not saying that I am not happy with how God's plan worked out or anything. It was hard. And for those of you who have lost anyone close to you, I think you guys can understand that. It really rocked me to the core. And it was just unexpected. And anytime you go through a loss, whether you are expecting it or you're not expecting it, there is a grieving process, and it drudged up a lot for me, especially because it was right before Madeline turned 2. And for those of you who aren't familiar, I think I've maybe shared a glimpse or two of this in previous videos, but I really struggle with anxiety, postpartum anxiety and depression and PTSD. By God's grace, it's gotten so much better, especially over the past year and a half. But it seems like those anniversaries are the hardest. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just our body, our mind remembering that. And it's almost in a sense of like we relive it around that anniversary because of whatever reason. That's just what it's been like for me. I don't know what it's like for other people, but so losing my friend and then having Madeline turn 2, which is wonderful. She is so good. She is amazing. Like, she's doing so well. She has hip dysplasia, but she is walking, she's running, she is jumping. She's only about 3 months behind in gross motor activities versus children her age, which is really not that much. That's in the normal bell curve. And I'm so thankful for God healing her, and that we have such a great surgical team, and her physical therapists are absolutely wonderful. But life is still hard. You have these circumstances, you have these emotions and this history, and all of that just kind of conglom together. But it really makes a huge difference when God is Lord over your life and He is sovereign over everything. And even in the rockiness and in the storm, like, He really held on to me, and I'm so thankful for that. Like, I feel like I got out of the boat like Peter, and was walking towards God and got distracted and started to sink. And I was sinking fast and like barely keeping my head above the water. But God is so good. He loves us. He loves you so much that He sent His Son to die for you, to have a personal relationship with you. Like, that just continuously blows my mind. And He really just, I felt like He just scooped me up and rescued me out of this storm of emotions and all these different things going on. And that was just so good and exactly what I needed. And shortly after that, like, when you're being held by God, you learn to really just lean into him. And I was like, okay, Lord, like, this is what it is. Let's work on it together. Here's all of my yucky sin. Like, please help me to repent from this and to grow me in this and to help me recover from these mental health issues and to be a better leader for my small group and leading them through our friend's death and all of that. And it just seemed like more and more stuff would just keep happening. But even though things kept coming up, I felt like I got better at handling what had happened because God was in it. And I was really leaning in on him. So another major thing that happened is we discovered our basement has mold in it after I completely finished, designed the space and got all the bookshelves up, got everything organized, and finally the way that I wanted it. And then we were like, oh, what's this black spot? And then it's like, there's mold. And then we had a specialist come in who's actually one of our good friends. And he was like, yeah, you're going to have to take everything out. What? Just another one of those life curveballs, y'all. And so just dying to your hopes and your dreams and what you have planned and just going with what God wants for you and relying on him for wisdom and guidance and all that is happening has been really good and really hard. So that happened, and then end of the school year, it went really well. The 5-year-old that I nannied and did school with, we basically did like kindergarten, first grade curriculum, the Good and the Beautifuls, level K for language arts, also math. He zoomed through that. We're still doing some in the level K because their previous version, they just came out with a new one in the past month or so. But their previous version, I feel like, really extended into first grade. So we were just kind of nibbling on it as we went through. And I didn't really want to push him because he's going to be going into a part-time kindergarten program. So he is reading at a first, second grade level right now. So I feel like he's very well prepared for that. So school was going really well. Thankful for that. And Madeline, I don't think I mentioned this before, but before she turned 2, ooh, there's a gnat. Weird. Sorry about that. Life. So before Madeline turned 2, she actually started reading CVC words. She started sounding out like cat, and blew my mind because I've never seen a kid, really a baby, a very young toddler, who is almost starting to read. She's known her letter sounds for a long time, since like last fall, early fall. Letter Factory. Anytime she like sees something once or twice, she just remembers it. And my husband is very, 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 very smart. So I think some of it's genetics, but also environmental, you know, the whole nature nurture argument, whatever, it's both. She really wants to do whatever the 5-year-old is doing. She absolutely adores him, and will do whatever he is doing simply because she wants to be like him. And she's very much his shadow. So I think she's learned a lot of breaking down the words and, or not the words, but the sounds in the words from him. And we really haven't pushed learning to read. When she is looking at books and whatnot, she'll point to the different letters and sound them out. And a lot of the words that she will read to us or sound out loud and then put it all together are the vowel sounds of the short A, E, and O. Well, kind of all of them. More A and O than any of the others. And anything's just mind-blowing to me. So, throughout all of this, you know, God's definitely moved where he is teaching her so much that it's been hard for me to, like, process and think about, like, okay, what do we do for school? So I've spent a lot of research, and I've spoken with some people here on YouTube, and huge thank you to Rachel from Seven and All, because I just really needed some more insight on what to do for Madeline, because it seems like she already knows like all of the things that she needs to for preschool. Like, she knows all of her 2D and 3D shapes. One of her like favorite shapes right now is a hexahedron or an octahedron. I don't know like where she comes up with these things. Like, she'll come up to me, and she also talks in mostly like complete sentences, if not like complete phrases, lots of adjectives and whatnot. But it's just where she comes up with the things that she knows, I am really baffled by, because a lot of it I'm like, we maybe did this once, and she has a really good memory recall. Like, she can remember things from last fall when she was 1.5, and she still talks about them today, which is crazy. So anyways, Rachel from Seven and All gave me awesome advice to go broad, to have a lot of curriculum, to start narration. So when I show you my curriculum video, please don't be shocked that I bought like tons of different curriculum, mainly because I don't know what she's going to be interested in, and I just want to be prepared for her to move through things very quickly, because she just already knows all the things. So yeah, she knows her days of the week, months of the year. She has been able to count to 20. She can do simple addition and subtraction problems with 1s and 2s. like +1, +2, -1, -2, and ordinal numbers and patterns and just a lot. Like, I feel like she's like a little genius, and in a 2-year-old's body with all those big toddler emotions still. So even though she is so smart, for her age, she is still a child, and very much a 2-year-old, where when we give her the wrong color of fork, she has a meltdown. So it's been hard navigating that, simply because she's just learning things so quickly. So anyways, we've just been kind of letting her lead, and we just follow up with whatever she wants to do. And so in the summer, we haven't really been doing too much schoolwork with having 5 kids around here. It's nuts. Like, you moms of multiples, God bless you. Lord be with you. Lord give you peace. And I'm just astounded by how y'all do it, because at the end of the day, I am exhausted. Like, just mentally spent. And I've always wanted a lot of kids. And maybe this is, like, I've had several miscarriages, and maybe I just am not going to have many children, because it is just, it's a lot. So anyways, we've just been like living life in the summer, and then again, another life circumstance really hit us, and really affected me, and I'm just now in a place where I can talk about it without losing it. And I found out that I was pregnant again, which is astounding, because I was not expecting to get pregnant. We were planning on not getting pregnant, and we've had to go through so much in order to get pregnant. Madeline, if you are new here, she is our miracle child. She is our rainbow baby. I had 5 miscarriages before her, and then she arrived, and she has been such a light in our lives, and we're so thankful for her. And so when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, no, this can't be real. And I quickly messaged the doctor, because I usually need to have like progesterone in order to help carry pregnancies, and there's all these extra tests and things that need to be done. And by the time that my doctor would have been able to get me in, I unfortunately miscarried. And so it was just yet another roller coaster. And I'm still processing through it. Still very new and real. But God just has really blessed me in so many different ways. And through my small group and the women's Bible study that I've been leading this summer, and that's another thing that we've been doing. I've been leading James, written by Beth Moore, So good. So if you haven't done a Beth Moore study, I highly recommend it. She's absolutely wonderful. She preaches it, and the words like that she has are just so good. They're just, it's like gold, y'all, and you can take it to the spiritual bank. She's absolutely wonderful. So the study of James has been absolutely wonderful, has been really good, but gosh, this video is probably super long. I just want to encourage you, in the midst of everything that is going on in life, in and outside of your home, to trust in God and to lean on Him, and lean on His understanding and not your own. God is faithful, and He loves you, and He wants the best for you. So abide in Him, and you will be with Him forever. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Sorry it was so long, and apologies again if I didn't already say this. For the fan, it is hot, y'all. I'm from Indiana as a Hoosier, moving up here to Minnesota. I've definitely been weakened a lot, and it is hot. It's about 100 degrees today, and I have been Minnesotanized, and it is roasty toasty outside, and I just can't handle it the way that I used to growing up in Indiana and it being really hot and humid. It's not the same when you're used to it being 70, 80 degrees in the summertime, and then bam, 100 degrees and a whole lot of humidity. Like, I'm shocked, y'all, that my hair isn't curly and super poofy right now. So anyways, we're going to end with that, and y'all have a blessed day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.